Duel Review is brought to you by NexusDigitalComics.com. On today's Duel Review, we take a look at Deadspace. I'm RJ.
And I'm Nick.
And here's the space. It's dead. Sad. Single tear. Let's get to it.
Welcome to Friday, September 9th. We're doing Deadspace, the series. Are we doing the motion?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, well, let's do it. Go at it, man.
Okay, so we already talked a little bit about the motion version, extraction.
Okay.
On our focal point, and so I just kind of wanted to talk about Dead Space as a whole. There's some things that really they do well. I love that it's super minimalist. I love that your HUD stuff is basically integrated into either your suit or your weapon or whatever, so it's not always there.
The suit.
To see the health, you need to look at the suit.
Right.
To see your ammo, you need to look at the gun. You know, all that stuff is really cool.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
And it helps you be immersed a little bit better. Than, something blinking all the time, or lines or whatever. The lighting, beautiful.
Yep.
Just gorgeous.
Captures the mood perfectly.
And there's a lot of times where you're kind of squinting, and then all of a sudden,
something pops out at you,
or something pops out at you, or
that's the
there's
worst.
a lot of times too where something's going to happen, but it still gets you.
Yeah.
This is one of those games that, well, in the sound design, I have to talk about that before I go any further. The sound design also is amazing. With each individual guns, you know exactly what you're holding. You know how long it still takes to reload just by the auditory cues.
Right.
And then, of course, the monsters, like especially in the first Dead Space, I can remember that feeling of coming up to a door and hearing things going on and being like, when I open this door, there's going to be something right in front of me. And there never was, except for like that one time that got you.
Yeah.
And so that leads me back to talking about, there's just all these moments where there's a weird square in this elevator. I have a feeling that something's going to come out. And maybe not the first time, but the second time it's going to come out, or vice versa. It just comes out right away when you're like, I wonder if... There's all these corpses strewn everywhere, and you just, if you're like me, you just stop every one of them. Just to
make sure that they don't get up.
And get their goodies out. They're like little pinatas. You get little goodies out of them.
Little dead pinatas.
Yeah, little bloody corpsey pinatas.
That's acting, children.
So, because I just recently played the second one through, or almost through, with my nephew sitting next to me.
Right.
And it was just as fun with two people as it is one. Like one, it's a little more serious. You're alone.
Right.
Things might creep you out a little bit, but whatever. But there's all these startles. It does really good with the stingers, with the and but with somebody else, you're like teasing each other, like you sound like a girl, and it's like so and like holy shit, go. And
you feed off of each other's fear.
They do this brilliant feeding you just enough ammo. Like, you shouldn't play it on the easiest.
Right.
You should play it on at least the normal or the difficult as well, because it rations your ammo in such a way that you really have to make good decisions and good choices. And there are battles in the second one especially where you use everything at your disposal. Like, you run out of ammo. You have 4 guns at any one time.
Mm-hmm.
You run out of all your ammo, and then you're just like flinging limbs and stuff at them.
Anything you could
pick
find.
them up telekinetically. So there are these times where it's like, darn it, I had 2 areas where I had to do it like 25 times or something stupid because I didn't have the right weapon,
right?
Or whatever. I had the buzzsaw thing, and like, they have those shrieky things that hide behind and then charge at you.
Yeah.
And you have to, you really have to shoot them and then reload, and whatever. If one thing goes wrong, you got to start it all over again.
Yeah, I know that.
There are a lot of save points, so that's good.
Right.
But there are, definitely sometimes you have to go. And just a real joy to play.
Well, I've read several. Before the game came out, I read a couple articles on it, and they really talked about pacing. They were really trying to get the pacing right. How about the pacing there? Would you say that they did a great job?
I love the pacing. Would you not agree?
No. I'm just getting your opinion. I liked it. I thought that they broke it up. okay, I've survived this wave. Now it's going to be a silent kind of creepy moment, and then suddenly this big arm comes out.
Yeah. It leads you just enough, but it also lets you sit. I mean, there are times where you can kind of gather your thoughts. And I like that about that. If it was
Right.
always frantic, it would just be like, I don't care, because at some point I'm just going to be using my my punching or whatever it is, the kinesis or whatever, because I'm going to run out of ammo. This, it allows you to kind of plan, battle plan. But then you can never pause the game when you're saving or when you're healing or whatever.
Right.
So if you don't plan correctly, an event might trigger. And that's another thing about the events, is that they are never, well, I don't say never, but they are varied. Say you fail because there's a guy that came through a window behind you. The second time you play it, he might not come behind you. He might come in the window in front of you, or he might come. So it keeps you on your toes a little bit. And the frickin' children, the little babies, and the children, annoying as heck, but fun. I mean, I'm glad they're in there. At least the children, the toddlers,
right?
Because they come screaming at you and running at you. But the babies, the stupid exploding babies. I'm so tired of the explode. Like, in Halo, they have the little flood things that hit you and then explode. I'm tired of that. Let's not do the stupid exploding thing, because you got to waste ammo, and I understand that it might be there to just do that, but I'm so tired of it. I'm really tired of that. I love the two-legged guys with the tails, scorpions,
the fast ones, yeah,
because they are super fast, and you got to use your telekinetic, and you waste that if you miss.
Not your telekinetic, your
stasis, yes. So it's just this great balance, except for the exploding babies. But it is creepy. It's got all these tones.
I always thought it was weird that in these horror games, there's always the kids. Like they definitely pull in this whole kids are innocent, so let's make them evil. You know, like
Biohazard and
Doom had them with the little
Bioshock, rather. I'm sorry.
Oh well, not so much in Bioshock, because while they were changed, they weren't evil. What I'm talking about is like the Fly Babies from Doom, or what else? Silent Hill had a bunch.
Hill. There's always the baby with sharp, pointy things.
Yeah, and then I always wondered why they do that, but it works.
Yeah, innocence when it's from hell is kind of scary, kind of thing. I mean, not that it's from hell, but. And that brings me to the anime films that maybe not everybody is aware of. There's Downfall and there's Aftermath. Aftermath is 2011. It just came out recently, obviously, and it's a Blu-ray. I think it might be exclusive on Blu-ray. And then Downfall is on Netflix right now, and that was 2008.
Okay.
And you can give that one a watch. I think it's a very similar feel. It's the same properties. You follow a female security officer and her team has a little bit, band of, misfits kind of feel to it. And of course, they get picked off. It's very traditional
horror survival.
Yeah, sci-fi stuff. But I really like this property a lot, and the anime I thought was great. What did you think of it?
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
The animation is crisp, and the the necromorphs are cool looking, and the tools.
Right. I think they could have done more with it.
Yeah.
But I wasn't expecting much to begin with.
It's kind of like an animatrix-y thing where they put it out there just to get people interested. And
right. And that's definitely what it feels like.
Okay. Well, and that leads me to the one thing that I think is probably most awesome about this is they use tools as the weapons.
Right. They don't use guns. Isaac Clarke is an engineer.
Cool because it's brilliant, because the tools are not made for speed necessarily. So a lot of them take a lot, it creates suspense. You get 5 rivets, and then or 7 rivets or whatever.
Right, and then you got to reload, and it's like, hurry,
and
they're coming.
And the plasma cutter for dismembering is perfect.
Yep.
And the one thing that I wish they had is in the anime, they have those saws.
Yeah.
And they don't have that in the game. I wish that was your go-to, like, instead of, whatever.
But chainsaw was done in, like, Doom and...
Still, it's like a laser chainsaw.
That's true.
Lasers! I like lasers! So anyway, great property. They do everything right so far. I even think the ad campaign was brilliant when they were doing, like, the moms don't like Deadspace 2. I think that's awesome.
Well, they did that... PlayStation, that was, like, their catch. When PlayStation first came out, it's like, this isn't your son's console. Yeah, this is for the adults. So yeah, to go the other way, moms don't like this.
That's why I do PlayStation. That's my primary go-to. Since they do have more serious games, I'm a serious gamer. Except for Kirby, he's adorable.
I love Kirby.
Just kidding. Actually, Kirby the Epic Yarn was okay, but
Yeah.
I don't really care for other Kirby.
Okay, well, we're talking about Deadspace. So.
It'd be awesome if he turned into a necromorph. Kirby necromorph.
What, he ate one and then he like grew limbs or something?
All right, guys.
Maybe that's what that flying thing is. Just Kirby ate one and it turned into a flying thing and now he can infect others.
Space virus.
Kirby
All right,
virus.
guys. That's it. That's it for this week. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Oh!
Yes.
No! No! I'm losing ground. Still ahead by 1 billion, but
By 1 billion? That's a lot more than I thought you were ahead by. I got some catching up to do.
999 million to 1.
Bye. Bye.
Next week, it's the comic The Crow. Here's the face. Dead. Single tear. Let's get to it.
Hey, did you know that guy with the single tear? He's not Native American, he's actually Italian.
Oh,
The crying Indian?
yeah, they made him Italian. Or he wasn't Italian.
He was an Italian, yeah.
That's funny.
Native American.
Am I doing it right?
Native Americans just like crying, so everyone's like feels for him. It's like, oh my god, this poor Native American. I'm Italian.
Yeah, there's a Native American somewhere in the cast or in the crew that's like, you bastard. I'm crying because you have my part. I could have been famous.
Apparently Native Americans don't look sad enough. Okay, sorry. I wonder if any of the kids today know what the crying Indian is.
Yeah, that's true. What do you think of
I was yawning.
that? That's how you yawn.
Yeah. Hey, what's that over there? Over there, you see that? Over there? Over there?
Yeah, whatever. Transformers nerd. Shia LaBeouf of fire. Sounds dirty.
That does sound dirty.